Hello, everybody. So, want to talk about values, real quick. And, what are your values? What do you value? The big thing for me is my wife and my son, my family. Really, that first circle is my wife and my son, and I really value the time, with them and really being intentional. If we're going to spend time together and have family time, whether it's go to the park or play a game or anything like that, my wife and I, we have been very intentional as far as not having our phones around, not really being distracted, really being able to appreciate the moments together. I mean, it's crazy. The This past year, so on the 26th, it will be my wife and I's 1 year anniversary being married. But this first 1 year, being that we're both intentional, yeah, we're not 100%. I mean, we're not perfect. But a majority of the time, I'd say maybe this past year, like 85% out of the 365 days, we'll say maybe a 330 or so, 340 probably. Yeah, we were very intentional, to be encouraging, loving of one another, being loving and encouraging of our son, both of us being very intentional. That's just not one of us doing it, that, me as the father, I'm doing that as well, to both my wife and my son, my wife to do it to myself and to our son, and really just create that habit and just really being very intentional, I mean, to show that we value, each other, that we love each other, that we encourage each other, so that's a very powerful value of us. Another value of ours is our time. When we schedule stuff, I mean, we put everything in a calendar, that just works for us. We will block out hours, and during that time, nothing else really matters. I mean, unless someone's gonna die, like, it'll make a difference. Before, if I would get called for business or anything like that, I would answer, and then slowly I phased that out where I was like, all right, when I'm with my family, I want to make sure that I'm enjoying this quality time, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour or more, that I'm able to be in the moment and just really enjoy and just really focus on that and just really have that piece of, I'm not having this excess bombardment of, oh, people are calling me or people are texting me. So yeah, just what are your values? What do you value? I would encourage that you value your body, right? Stay healthy, eat right, work out. Everyone's different as far as that, in that regard. But I would encourage, that everybody stay healthy mentally, keeping positivity in the household. I know not everyone's environment is a positive environment, unfortunately. I mean, I understand, I've experienced that as well. But if you can create as positive of an environment for yourself to thrive in and really try to minimize the effects that your environment have on you, the better, and of course, easier said than done, but it's just a, question for you guys to think about, consider, what are your values? Have you ever written them down? Typically a lot of people in the past would get their values from the Bible. I did and didn't. I got it really more being around men that had values, and I just kind of started to figure out and identify, as they would share with me what they valued, and I was like, I value that too, and so figure out what your values are, right? And make decisions based off of your values, not necessarily based off of circumstances or your emotions, right? Being able to be in alignment, when your actions are in alignment with your values, man, you're living awesome. Total freedom to a certain degree, because you're making decisions that fall within your value system. And it's so powerful because it just reinforces that value system and really allows you to be the person you're meant to be. And I truly believe, I think there's a lack of values in society. Unfortunately, it's not really taught. It's not taught in school. Unfortunately, most households do not teach that. They might talk about it, but it's not a common enough thing that needs to be discussed that really should be. So yeah, what are your values? I mean, if you could write them down in the comments, that'd be fantastic. We'd love to hear, what it is that you guys value. What are valuable things to you? Well, not things, but thoughts, ideas. For myself, real quick, number one is our God. My wife and I, our faith, we both share that value where we want to make sure that we're going out every single day and really doing the best we can to serve other people, we think that's the best way that we could represent our love, for Jesus and for God. If that's not your faith, that's okay. I mean, not trying to impose that on you or anything like that. Another thing too is our marriage. We value our marriage. We value the time together. We value being able to have that family unit, and we're all in. We're all in with our marriage. I mean, we've been married 1 year and it's been absolutely fantastic because we're intentional at it. We work at it. We communicate, over communicate, but we talk about everything, which is, I love it. I mean, it's great. We value our family, our son, our, her mom, my mother-in-law, and her siblings, her sister, and her nephews and nieces, my siblings, my parents, we value them. We want to make sure that we can live in a life of abundance where we can take care of them. We really feel that we have that responsibility. I mean, you may not, but I do. And so that's really what we strive for. That would be our definition of success, where not only are we taken care of, but we're able to take care of our family like that. My parents and my siblings, her parents and her siblings, and their related kids, being able to really take care of those 2 generations below, 2 generations before us, and so we have the responsibility on us. Another value of ours is health. We really believe in eating healthy, working out regularly, stretching. I have to admit, I mean, I hate it. I hate stretching, even now, but I need to stretch out because I don't want to get all stiff and, be 40 and I got all kinds of back problems, stuff like that could be prevented just by, being mobile. So yeah, those are some of our values like that. We have a couple more, but I would love to hear what yours are and let's talk about it. All right. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day and please stay safe.